Hi, Jen.
Hello.
You're absolutely beautiful in that red top.
Oh, really? Thank you.
Yeah, red is one of my favorite colours, but that just looks beautiful on you. Really nice.
I've really been drawn to red just lately.
Yeah.
Red tops. Thank you. So, a bit of a whirlwind lunch I've just had. And I got my times all mixed up again. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I think it's part of my condition. I think my condition is called scatterbrain. And I think it must be a real condition. I know people make fun of it and everyone says, oh, she's scatterbrain. But I think it's a condition that a lot of us have it, but probably not many as much as I do.
Do you mean like timings? Do you mean that?
Definitely fits timings. Well, I really, we were supposed to meet at 2:30, and I know that, and I cannot understand why it was 3 o'clock. I mean, that just, well, see, sometimes I just get my numbers mixed up.
I do. I
Yeah,
get numbers mixed up. You know, if somebody gives me a telephone number, I cannot listen to more than three numbers. I can't, my brain can't hold
yeah,
more than three numbers. And everyone says a telephone number in a quick way, too fast.
yes.
The-
And you know,
Now,
when people give their account number, a bank account, those 8 numbers,
yeah,
I looking at it, I can't work it out, say it together. And I wish they'd do 4 space 4, because then I could remember it and write it down.
yeah,
But it's not done that way. It's
no.
always on the bank cards, it's always too small
Mm,
and it's always not written clearly and it rubs off and all the rest of it. And if it was just in 4 4, it'd be so much easier because everyone's going, oh, really hard. Why do they do that?
yeah.
You know, the other thing that's really weird, shampoo bottles. You know, you get these like the same sort of, you get your matching shampoo and conditioner, but sometimes they don't even say if it's shampoo. It should be in really big letters, particularly when in the shower and you've got bubbles all over your head or something, which is the shampoo and which is the conditioner. Do you have that? Or I can't read it. So now before I get in the shower, I make sure my shampoos are on my left and my conditioners on my right, then I can't get mixed up. Because
Wow. So they're in the same bottle. The bottle looks the
yes,
same, the
bottle
shampoo and
looks
the
the
conditioner.
same.
Well, that's just ridiculous, isn't it?
Well, actually, when the bubbles aren't in your eyes, they're probably different. Probably ones that, I mean, the outside bottle's the same, but inside, like on my Faith in Nature, it's the conditioner's white, but the label's the same. Anyway, that's been going on for decades. I've been waiting for someone to do shampoo in big letters and conditioner in big letters. It's a bit like ingredients. And
Mm.
the other thing I can't work out is on I'm trying to think. I mean, I hardly have any processed foods. I'm trying to think what I have when you have to read cooking instructions
They're
on
terrible.
in a box or a
Yeah,
pizza
yeah.
box.
I have
I'm
to get a
going round and
magnifying glass if it's food that I'm
it's
cooking.
small, and also I don't know where it is. I mean, I wish it was always like bottom left or top right or something. I'm going round and round, and it's
They
not
have
jumping
too much
out.
information on packaging,
Too
I
much info.
find. They
Too
just
much
keep
info.
increasing it.
All the same text size. You can't I can't
Mm,
like, quickly load because I want to do things quickly. You know, if you're going for packaged food or sticking a pizza on or
mm.
like that, something in the oven, it takes me ages to find out what I'm supposed to do. Sometimes I'm kind to myself and I say, well, this is because I'm not really of this planet. And I'm doing the best I can.
Yeah, well, I just think they make it overcomplicated. Nothing's simple. is it? Nothing looks
I'm
simple.
sure if I was designing it or you were designing it, we'd do it much better.
Yeah, there's just too much stuff. It's like if anyone buys greeting cards, they have to have the barcode and bits of writing on the back of the greeting card.
Yeah, that's a shame, isn't
It
it?
ruins it.
Yeah. So now we've had our, whatever we call it, what are we going to talk about today?
But aren't we talking about angels?
Yes. Well, we were on the review, the book, the review, and we're on chapter 2, aren't we?
Yeah. So this is our book, isn't it, that we're reading, Weapons of Mass Protection. It will be back to front. But it's by Abby Wynne and Mark Atwood. We're just reading through it, aren't we?
Yeah,
And discussing it. So we're talking about chapter 2, angels.
that's it. And last week we did the darkness number 1,
Yeah.
which I haven't read yet.
No, we do say we're going to read and we don't.
No,
We
but we
are
can
both
relate
the
to it
same, aren't we?
in that
Like
respect,
that.
in many respects. So chapter 2, I finally read a few pages. There's actually quite a few pages in that chapter. Must be about
Yeah,
16 or something. And I think I read about 5 or 6 pages, so I did really well. Mhm.
you did do really well. I've
I
read
did.
less than that,
Yeah.
but I've done speed reading.
Oh, good. Well, I did slower reading on the kinds of angels because I found that quite fascinating. I was looking at, you see, this is the thing, you read it, what can you remember? But there was something about, oh, yes, I think I'd actually learned something. Seraphim and cherubim is actually the highest orders of angels next to God, if I remember that right.
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah,
And then below them, there's a few other things, and then there's archangels. And right at the bottom is like just your ordinary angels. So we can go all the way up to this through this order. And it recommended that angels are messengers of God, as we know, but we can ask for the angel messengers to send the right ones that we need for
yeah,
whatever we
yeah.
need.
To help us. Yeah,
And some of them don't deal with humans at all. Some of the very higher ones, like Mike, Saint Michael, is it? No, it's not Saint, is it? Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel. So these are the big two protector angels. So they're right at the top, but also those two do deal with humans as well. A lot of the others don't. So they have a big role to do. Have you got any experience with Gabrielle and Michael?
I don't know specifically
You haven't called on them
those
specifically.
two. I have called on Archangel Michael a few times. He's the one that I remember the most.
Mm,
He's like the go-to one. I don't know why in particular, but I think I sense like an energy that I like.
mm.
I feel protected when I
Yeah,
call
it's
on
the
him,
angel
and I
protection.
like that. I like that feeling. But I've definitely had situations, some that I definitely can't talk about here, but I've definitely had situations where it's it, I can only say it's been an angelic
Mm,
assistance or angelic intervention
mm,
of help.
mm.
There are some things, probably a lot more than what I can remember, but there's certain things that have happened where I thought there is no way on this earth that's a coincidence. Just no way.
That's lovely. There's a certain feeling, isn't there? Which you don't always get the feeling, but sometimes there's a very light, pure feeling you can feel with angel
Yeah.
interference around you. I I don't remember who I got this from now. I learnt this from some teacher or other. Um, to call on Michael and no, to call on two angels to be by your side for protection. I don't remember if I've told you this. Uh,
No, but
I can't remember where I was, where I do, but if I find myself a little bit shaky, say I'm out late at night on my own down a dark alley.
yeah, well,
If I was in that situation, well, I wouldn't go down a dark alley, but on my own, like I would call on these two angels, and I can suddenly feel they're huge. They're like 8 foot or more tall, and I have one either side, and I feel totally protected. I think it was after I realized one was Michael and one was um, Gabrielle, and I learned it, and then that fitted. And so I just call them, and I can walk anywhere. I know I'm protected with the.
wow. Do you think that that is also because you believe it? So when you
To
call
believe
on
it,
them, you
yeah,
sense something,
yeah.
and then what does it allow you to let go of any fear or anxiety? I mean, obviously, you're still not going to walk somewhere daft,
No, you're only
are you?
going, you need to go. Say, oh, didn't realize it's late and I've got to go down there and get my car or something. You know,
Yeah,
you're only going to go there if you have to. So when you're in that position, then I would call on my angels, and I don't have any fear at all because it's been proven. I can walk by people and it's like they can't see me or no one interferes with me when this is happening. And the other thing I do sometimes, like had to leave my dog in the car the other day for something, just for a minute or so. And I just asked the angels just to watch my dog in the car, and then I can leave it. Or if you're leaving something valuable, or sometimes if you're just leaving your house, I haven't had that for a long, long time. But sometimes I might have. It's to protect your house. You can just ask them to stay by the door and make sure your house is safe, or your tent if you're on a campsite or anything like that. And you feel it just. Well, now, because it's been proven, I know that that's all I have to do. So it is a belief
that's what I was just going to drill down.
because it opens, having a belief is a channel. So it opens that channel of possibility. If you don't believe it, the channel's
Yeah,
blocked. Yeah.
yeah. And it is like, isn't it, that it's not just the way that you know that you kind of believing it is either because you can feel
Mhm.
that energy around you and or that you relax.
You relax and you can also feel a sense of safety.
Yeah, that's the energy, I suppose, isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah. Just if you had a real live human bodyguard next to you,
yeah,
and you were in a dangerous place, like, oh, here's the bodyguard, then you feel, okay, I'm gonna protect you. It's exactly the same, but you
yeah.
can't see them. Mm.
So can we just talk a bit about then our experiences of feeling kind of energy? Because I think sometimes people don't necessarily know what it means. You know, most people that I talk to, they'll say, well, I can't feel anything, but they can. It's just that they don't know what it is
Yes.
they're looking out for. They might be thinking
Yeah.
it's something different.
So they could, with instruction, you mean,
Yeah,
like they're
yeah,
looking. Mm.
yeah, because sometimes we dismiss it, don't we? So, for example, you know, if I was to, when I was in a mediumship circle, you know, a spirit might draw near and I'd be able to tell whether they're on my left or my right.
Ah, yes, a sense. So a sense of presence.
Yeah, that's right. But for me, it would be, it's very hard to describe, I think, just a really gentle feel of just something that feels different on one side of the body to the other. It can be really subtle. It can be tingles.
Yeah,
It can just be it feels like there's something a bit heavier perhaps on that side, or something, the temperature might be slightly different on one side to the other. And like I said, it
yeah,
can
it's
be so
different.
subtle that we don't normally notice it
Yeah.
because we're not used to opening up to notice it, are we?
Yeah, and I'm just wondering, so it's just come to me, maybe a way of feeling that is if you're sitting next to your friend on a sofa, right? Just imagine if you close your eyes and they're perfectly still, could you sense them next to you?
Mm, mm,
And I know that's a body is completely different, but there's a spirit in that body, and that's what we can sense. And I think that would
yeah,
be exactly the same. You can That's sort of so maybe it could be practice like that. You can tell
yeah,
you're on your own or if someone else is in the room or something.
yeah.
Mm.
Because again, we're not taught these things, are we? We don't practice them. And even though, I know a tiny bit about angels, um, I can't really remember the last time I called on them. And yet I know and then I'm sitting here thinking, well, why don't I? Why have I forgotten to do that?
I think we can get out of it and forget, even if we've been doing it for a long time, and then suddenly we get back into the material world again, we
Yeah,
forget. Yeah,
yeah,
I've got to
exactly
do.
that.
Yeah.
Exactly that. And I'm sitting here thinking, that's crazy. It could have made my days a bit easier
Yeah.
on myself. But I've just forgotten.
Okay, I had an experience yesterday. Um, I think it was after reading that chapter. I mean, I do call on angels quite a bit, but what I haven't been doing is, I would like to do this every day, is connecting with my higher self. And so I haven't either. And I think after reading this chapter the other day, um, and going to this talk that I went to, spiritual talk, on my way home, I it just happened. I put it into. Shall I tell you about it?
Yeah, go on. Because I think people would like to hear it as well.
Okay. So I had 2 hours, just under 2 hours travel to get home. And so I thought I would like to stop halfway. I'd gone up north. I thought I'd like to stop I'll drive for about an hour and then I'll stop and give my dog a little walk, maybe get a cup of something and then that'll break the journey up. So I was coming from up north, and halfway down I would have been around Edinburgh, and I know just so you cross over the bridge, and it's a Sunday. I I try to tune into energy, so I know it's really dead round there on a Sunday, and then you've got all these cars. They're going down the ring road, or there's traffic into town, and nothing much is open, only the big stores. Um, But anyway, I started my journey. I thought I could do with having a little stop pretty soon in quarter of an hour. I thought, oh, I'll ask God. And then I thought, I did it the way the book said. And I said, no, I'll go through the angels. So it said, God's messengers, angels, God messengers, the angels. I'd like some help, please. I'd like to be directed of where I can go to get myself my favorite drink, which is a chai latte. Um, and Yes, if you could throw in a cake. Now, I'm on a special diet. I'm on a vegan, gluten-free diet. I'm only saying that because they're very unique to find vegan and gluten-free cakes. So, if you're going to a cake shop, you might say, oh, that one's vegan and this one's gluten-free. But it's rare you get them together. It's even rare on a Sunday. I don't know why I thought I could find one.
Yeah. I mean, you really were testing them. weren't you really, by putting that order in?
Yeah, I didn't see it as a test. I just thought that's what I want. That's what I need for my stock. That would give me great pleasure. And we could throw in a little place where I can give my dog a little walk as well. I can relax, have my favorite, and have a little a special cake. So, and can I have that in the next quarter of an hour, please? So I was driving along and I thought, this is cool. And I got this message to, okay, well, look out. I said, oh, okay, yes, I'll look out. There's quite a lot of traffic about. And I saw a Costa's over on the right. You know, you can spot them quite. No, first of all, I saw some Express. Thought, no, that won't do. I want a proper cafe. And I saw a proper cafe on the right. Oh, maybe that's it. So I slowed down, came over into the left lane. I was in a dual carriageway, pulled my left, thought, how can I get back there? So I did my little wiggle and there was so much traffic. I can't believe how much traffic on a Sunday. You know, we're coming into the city and there's no way. I might have got across the first one, but I would have been stuck and hold all the traffic up. But I can't get back there. So I thought, no, I have to, okay, no, that won't do. I have to carry on. And they said, oh, I didn't ask for a parking spot. So I said, oh, can I have that order with a parking spot, please? That's easy for me to pull up on the left-hand side. And again, yeah, in the next 15 minutes, please, maybe 20 minutes, but I really need to get there quickly. Shortly after that, my sat nav, which I follow on my car from my iPhone, started going a bit weird. It was telling me to go in. I was going down the M90. It was telling me to go off the A9. I thought, this is strange. Why is it doing that? Anyway, I decided to follow it because I would have got completely lost if I didn't. So I found myself coming, I thought, and there was my M90 going that way, or M9, whatever it was. And I thought, oh, where am I going? Anyway, I got so confused. I just switched off my phone and I asked the angels to be my sat nav. I said, okay, just take me to my chai latte and my cake, or, you know, what the best you can do with a parking space. Found myself going into Edinburgh. Now, I've lived in Edinburgh in the past and I know it fairly well. It's very big. I don't know if it's straight, obviously, but I get an idea of where I'm going. And so I could feel a little bit, well, I need to go that way or that way. All of a sudden, I'm getting closer and closer into town, and I see these signs saying ULEZ on the two left lanes. I went, oh, I'd forgotten about all this. I never looked into it. And can I bring my car in? What's going to happen?
Yeah,
So I don't know if my car passes or if you have to pay before you go. I don't know.
yeah,
I thought, better not go down there. So I'm going to have to stick to the right here. So I followed this road and then I decided to follow this car that was in front of me. So I just followed this car because he was also bypassing and ended up in a place called Marchmont, which I'm familiar with. But I was on a street I wasn't familiar with. But first of all, there was all these permit holders only. And I was saying, no, I haven't got a permit. I'm not a resident. What are we going to do? Oh, probably won't be. And I'd gone through so many traffic lights. I was thinking, oh, I'd forgotten how bad it is to drive in the city. You just can't keep driving. You have to keep
yeah,
stopping.
yeah,
You need to stop again before all the cars have gone. I'd forgotten. Anyway, then opened up on the right. There was all this, seemed to be spaces for cars. It was next to a school. James Gillespie School. So, okay, this is strange, but I pulled in. I thought, okay, let's pull in here. And I remembered there were cafes round about there in Marchmont. So I pulled in, I went to the parking meter because I thought I don't want a ticket. And I was trying to read it. I didn't really understand it. They've got ripped papers and everything. I'd recently discovered how to do Ring Go. Do you know that? Where you can go into,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it hadn't got a number which one it was. A young man came and said, oh, you don't need a ticket. It's on a Sunday. I said, oh, don't I? He said, no, no, don't bother getting a ticket. Do I need a permit or anything? No, no, you're okay to park there. Great. But that's a little angel
yeah,
message.
yeah,
Got the dog out. We walked along this lovely quiet street where The dog could have a sniff and a walk. It's quite a long street. And at the end of the street, there was my cafe. It's called the Red Box. Quite trendy, lots of young people. It's really nice. And a couple of old people like me. And there was tables and chairs outside. The sun had come out. I thought, oh, this is it. And then a big sign on the door saying dog friendly. Oh, here we go. It's all went in. And as I was asking what they'd got, right in front of me, I saw this beautiful, just one slice out, lemon and coconut vegan and gluten-free cake. I said, I'd like some of that, please. So I had my beautiful cake, very rare, I can't find anything like that.
Yeah, then that's it. That's really something to emphasize, that is.
Very rare.
Yeah,
It's probably the only cake in the whole of Edinburgh that I could have got, actually, on a Sunday. There might have been two, maybe three if you're pushing it through the whole of the city on another day. But this is a Sunday afternoon.
yeah.
My dog was happy, just laying relaxed at my feet, and I had my chai latte, coconut chai latte. I thought this is exactly what I wanted. And I knew my way home from there because I know my way home from Edinburgh. So that was me. I've never done that before. I've never switched off my sat nav and asked the angels to get me home. So
So can I just kind of unpick it then a
yes,
little bit just to hear what you say about it? So maybe somebody else might think, well, it was just kind of coincidence, but that's hard to say it's a coincidence because of the cake.
yes.
I think that's very hard to say that's a coincidence because it was a Sunday. You found yourself to that cafe and it was there,
Yes, and what I planned,
vegan, gluten free, and it was available. That is not a coincidence in my mind.
I wasn't really expecting that. That was beyond my expectation.
Yeah,
Was hoping for a chai latte or even a green tea with coconut milk. Or some, but
yeah,
I was expecting a nice ambience. That's what I
yeah.
wanted. And I got all that extra as well, which is
How
lovely.
how did you manage um kind of did you have any stress or anxieties, getting flustered? Because I'd get flustered. Why
No,
not?
I was wondering why I wasn't stressed because I hadn't been in the city for so long. And I went back
Yeah,
to a time when I used to drive a lot. I used to drive in the very centre of London when I was quite young. And I went back to that confidence that I used to have. Somehow I switched into it. So maybe it was having that angel presence around me because, yeah, I had complete confidence, which was lovely.
yeah. Because that's the interesting thing for me is that, sometimes we, for example, it can be quite normal, certainly can be normal for me that might go the wrong way. I might end up, going down a road or a street or something and whatnot. And I think, other people could relate to that. So I can kind of understand how, you could have gone off the beaten track. But this man came up to you, which is interesting part of the
Mhm.
story, I think,
Mm.
because,
It was just
he
when I needed some physical help because it was like,
and perhaps you would have drove off if he hadn't have come to you and told you, perhaps you wouldn't have stayed there.
I would have done and just kept my fingers crossed that I wasn't going to get a ticket.
Right.
It
But
was
then
definitely,
you wouldn't have been relaxed though, would you?
I don't know. I can't answer that. Mm. But I might have let go of it, but in that moment I would have been confused. What am I to do here? So perhaps I was saying that, and then the answer came in a person.
Yeah.
That's really nice when you get angel voices through people. Mm.
And how, when you, because you said earlier on that you kind of just knew you had to turn, you know, how did you receive that?
Good
Can you
idea.
describe that?
So after I switched, I thought there's some angel interference here because, or I'd just taken the wrong turning because you know when it reroutes and that sort of thing.
Yeah,
It was a bit
yeah.
like, have I gone the wrong way? Or, but I don't think I had. I think it, anyway, I thought maybe this is a bit of angel interference and it's telling me to go into the city.
Yeah.
And so this is when I couldn't keep all the channels open, channel to the angel, channel to my car, and channel to the sat nav. So something had to go. So I turned
Mhm.
sat nav.
Mm.
And I felt fairly comfortable because I'm familiar with Edinburgh. So I didn't, if I got lost, I could have got my way home anyway. So it didn't
Yeah.
matter too much. Yeah.
Did something else happen in the cafe? Did Angelo or you speak to anybody?
No, we were completely on our own. I don't, oh, I think there was a girl nearby asked to stroke him. Apart from that, no, we were on our own that time. Yeah. I felt like I was in a bubble. I felt like I was in a really lovely bubble. It was lovely. Oh, and after that,
Mm.
we went out and I thought I'd just give him a little bit longer walk before we go back to the car. And I came across the most beautiful health shop, which I'd visited once and maybe twice before over the last 10 years or so. And it's just the best health shop ever.
And again, it was open on a Sunday, like
Open,
in
but it closed while I
pet
was there.
shop. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
it closed while I was
Wow.
there. So I filled up my carrier bag and they were going to keep it for me while I brought the car around because they said they'd still be, they're very helpful. And yeah, he was allowed in because he's a service dog. So yeah, I mentioned that to the girls that come in and they're absolutely fine. Yeah. Mm.
And how was your journey then back home? What was that like? Was there any other
Mm.
things that might be part of this story? Did it seem all right getting back? Did you get back quicker?
You know what?
Stress
I
free?
can't remember the rest. Can't remember the rest. So it was an eventful, pleasant. Can't just
Yeah.
bring up the rest of the journey. It must have been fine. Mm.
It's very clever, isn't it? I mean, that, like I said, you know, the health food shop, again, I'm taken back that it's a Sunday,
Yeah, yeah, mm,
independent.
yeah.
What really are the chances?
Oh,
Certainly not
that's a good point. That
where
was,
I
yeah,
am.
you're right. You're absolutely right. And
Because
I
not
got,
everywhere opens on a
oh, here's
Sunday.
another coincidence. I found something that I just discovered the day before, or I'd read about, or something. It's about cider vinegar, and you can get this special raw cider vinegar with the mother in it. And I thought, I'd never even heard of that. And there it was in the health shop. Oh, that's the cider vinegar. I've never seen
Yeah,
that anywhere. So it's a very special shop.
yeah.
New Leaf shop. Yeah.
So the first Costa Coffee, even though you'd clocked it, even though you thought, oh, we can go there, it was an app, it was made super clear to you that that is a no-go. There is no way you can get to it. It was definite. It was definite. It wasn't even as though you
Yeah.
missed it. It was,
Yes, it was a
you
bit like,
couldn't get back
I s-
there.
yeah, it was a bit like I saw it. I thought, oh, is this where I'm supposed to look out for
Yeah,
the pull up?
yeah. And it wasn't, was it? It
No,
can't have been.
wouldn't have got my cake.
No, you wouldn't have got your cake. You wouldn't have had the health food
Walk.
shop.
It was just a little lay-by. I went to go to a dog walk and I
Yeah,
went to my health food shop. Yeah.
yeah.
And it
But
was really
again,
nice to be in
it,
the town again, just for a change. Yeah.
yeah. But maybe that other person as well that, told you that it was Sunday, so you wouldn't need to pay parking or have a permit or whatnot. It's always nice to think, isn't it, that made his day as well, that hopefully he thought to himself, "Do you know what? I really enjoyed doing that. I really enjoyed saving somebody money, or I really enjoyed saving somebody some stress."
He actually said that afterwards. I
Did
said, "Oh,
he?
thanks very much." And he said, "Oh, that's okay. I don't want you to waste your money if you don't have to." Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
it could have made him feel good as well. People in the shop probably must have felt good because you asked specifically and they were able to say,
Right.
"Here
Yes.
you are."
Yeah.
And they might not, I don't know if they have lots of customers that want gluten-free vegan cake.
Yeah. Yeah. They're probably glad to get rid of a huge big slice
Yeah,
of cake. And it
yeah,
was towards the end of the day. Yeah.
yeah. And then of course the health food shop. So all these people that you kind of mingled with that
Mm.
also
Oh, they
were
were all very
part of this
angelic. Yeah.
experience, weren't they?
Yes, you're right.
Isn't that nice? Everybody got touched in a way.
Yes.
And I think that is, to me, for me, that is like a sign of angelic intervention.
Yes.
That it's not just you that kind of benefits. There's always other people.
Yes, I think the health shop was delighted to get such a big order at the end of the day as well.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Mm, yeah.
That's really beautiful. What a lovely, lovely experience. And again, it's so nice to talk about these things because it's so easy for us to forget about it, but to also notice the other things that might have happened from that experience as well.
Yes. And for me, it's a completely new experience to switch my sat nav off.
Yeah.
It reminds me of when I was lost in a wood once and I asked the trees the way back to the car, back to the road. And that worked. That's something I
Yeah.
want. And I
I,
think just tuning in with your higher
yeah, and
consciousness.
intention as well, because when I was in India,
Mhm.
I would set an intention. I would say to myself, today, I'm going to have a beautiful day and I'm going to see things that I don't normally see. And
Mm.
I would deliberately go off on the beaten track.
Mm.
So I'd go walking some, like a path,
Beautiful.
or,
Mm.
road or whatever that I hadn't been down before. And it
Mm.
was guaranteed because I was looking to see something that I would have missed.
Mm.
I always saw it. So I saw like my first banyan tree, and I'd gone off the beaten track. I
Mm.
wouldn't have known it was there, but actually walked straight past it, saw someone doing yoga, and then there was a funny encounter of seeing a group of men trying to get a bull because this bull had got let loose, and there were all these men talking, trying to work out how do we get it. And that was quite amusing to watch that because it was just in the middle of like, I mean, there weren't really paths, they're not roads or anything like that, just like dust
Was
tracks.
was this in Spain, did you say?
India.
Oh, in India. Oh, mm.
It wasn't like I wouldn't have been able to have got back there again. I just wandered.
And
I
you
just
felt
one
confident.
just went with the flow. Yeah, it was in the daytime and everything, so it was all
Going with the flow and confidence go hand in hand.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and expecting to see things
And
as
I
well.
wonder what going with the flow means. What the flow of what?
The flow of life, I look at it as.
The flow of life. And what's within the flow of life? What sort of energy?
We're just relaxed and
Yes.
calm and not having to worry about time.
Yes.
I didn't have any of that. Didn't have no time pressures. I could just wander. And when
Yeah.
I felt like I needed to come back,
Yeah.
I could come back. And I always knew that I could always get back. I could always, I didn't like, I don't know, maybe I did wander quite a way. It never felt like that to me. I always found my way back. There was never, ever, ever any anxieties or concerns. I felt safe to
Mm.
wander.
You were in the zone.
Yeah, safe to wander.
And this thing about no time pressures, looking at the other way, how we can lose track of being in the flow when we are on our time pressures,
Yeah,
if it's a
yeah,
pressure.
yeah.
Yeah.
That definitely would be something to talk about.
Yeah, I wonder
The
if we
time.
can somehow put time in with the flow so it doesn't have to be one or the other. So we can easily go to time in the
Yeah,
flow. That would
yeah,
that would be nice, wouldn't it? Because
yeah,
I think we all have experiences and yeah, dread of that of not getting the time right, or
yeah,
something about timing. It's heavy.
yeah,
If I'm if I'm on my computer, I don't mind if people are late coming because or in my house, because I can always get on with things. You know
mm,
what? I thought I was going to be here before you earlier. And I thought, oh, if I'm there before Wendy, I'll just finish that email. That's fine. I've got something to do. I didn't know I was so late. But if I'm outside, I get really I have an issue if I'm just like standing on a corner or something. I can't do that. I can't keep still. If I'm at home or on a computer, I suppose I could get my phone out, but really have just the thought of it gives me the willies actually just keeping still. I'm always on the go.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Uh,
That'd be a good
I know
time.
some people do have anxiety about people being, late or something, and but I don't because have loads of things I can get on with, and that's sometimes helpful. Oh, I can do this or that. But I know sometimes people see it as a personal insult.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mm.
yeah. I think that's quite a big topic.
Yeah.
Time.
Well, that's huge. We could do a volume on that.
Yeah,
Absolutely. So in terms of our book review on angels, so I've got an experience out of that, and perhaps other people can, have shared that.
yeah.
Encourage other people to
Most
connect.
definitely, because it's free, really, isn't it? Something we can
Yeah.
do at any time. But like I said, I forgot to
Yes.
do it. Although I might ask my higher self, I'm more inclined to ask my higher self. I do that, but I don't. I still don't make it a daily practice.
And then I like your intention, setting the attention. I often forget to do that because I know that's really, really powerful.
It is perfect because it just always happens.
Yes.
Always happens.
And you remember it, don't you? When you set the
Yeah,
intention, it's like on your radar.
yeah,
Mm. Just setting an intention like today I want to cover this or do that is so much more powerful than, oh my goodness, I got all this to do. I never don't know how I'm going to get through it all. It's not.
and you can also use it if you're really brave. You do have to be brave. You can set an intention to invite in something that you need to learn. You can do it that
Yes,
way as well. So
that's
if
really
there's a lesson that you need to learn that's good for your soul and good
that's
for
so
your
scary.
everything. But do you know what? I have done it once in a blue moon,
Mm,
and believe you me, it's like being on a roller coaster at the top. Things
mm,
just start collapsing, things just start happening, and it is really scary. But you know that whatever's happening, you've asked for that.
mm.
You've asked, you've consented to it, and you know it's going to be good for you.
Yes, in
The
the
end
end,
of it
good. Yeah.
might be scary as hell, but you know it's good for
The
you.
same with all experiences, isn't it, in our
Yeah,
lives? We've
yeah,
got through it or
yeah,
sorted it, processed it,
yeah,
it ends with a positive.
yeah. Lovely seeing you again, Jen. Look forward to reading our next bit.
Oh, yes. So what should we do next? What's chapter 3? Have you got it there?
I have got chapter 3. I think oh, let's do that. What is ascension?
Is that the third chapter?
Yeah.
Okay, that would be
I
good. Yeah.
like, yeah, that would be good.
Yeah. Excellent. We'll do it. So
All right.
try and read a few pages of that. See you next time. Take care. Bye.